Hi, I'm Sonia Waters, and I teach pastoral theology at Princeton Seminary. And I'm also a resident priest in the Diocese of New Jersey, and hang out on Sundays at Trinity Church Princeton, which is right down the street from me. So I'm delighted to be with you today. I just wanted to let you know a little bit about what stress does to our brains, to our nervous systems, to help put in context perhaps some of the things that are happening to you. Basically, my message is that the ways that we're thinking and feeling right now, or not thinking and feeling optimally right now, is not just an issue of willpower. It's not just an issue of time management, or I could be a better person. It's a part of what stress does to our bodies and brains. So just very basically, we have an alarm system in our brain, the amygdala. And that's connected to our limbic system, to our nervous system, and it's part of what sets off the fight and flight kind of a response to threat. And really right now we feel pretty much constantly under threat. So there's various theories in how this works, but basically what happens is when the alarm system goes off, there's a cascade of chemicals that are released into the bloodstream. Norepinephrine, glucose, cortisol. And these stress chemicals prepare us for that fight or flight kind of response. Glucose goes to the muscles, the heart races, we become hypervigilant, and we lose interest in anything secondary to the threat, right? So we become sort of tunnel visioned into anxiety. While this happens, another process that happens is that our prefrontal cortex goes offline. When we think about the prefrontal cortex, we're thinking about the executive part of our brain, the one responsible for multitasking, for sequencing and organizing thought, to help reach complex goals, to concentrate, and to a certain extent, our working memory is also affected by stress. And basically what that means is you might be a lot more irritated now than usual. Irritated maybe perhaps because of your life situation, of course, but on top of that, and because it's going to be difficult for you to take in information, process it, and read it correctly. Some of the things that might happen to you is that you easily misunderstand other people. You get confused and can't take in new information. Goal planning kind of overwhelms you. You might have some difficulty organizing linear thought. It's also possible that you might lose motivation to achieve your goals, to care for yourself, to eat right, to sleep on a schedule, to exercise. These kind of self-care concerns can fall to the wayside, especially as stress continues and we start to feel more and more helpless, and it's difficult for us to imagine an end to the situation. We might become less and less motivated to take care of ourselves as well, right? It's also possible that you might spin in anxiety because it's difficult to kind of tamp that down. The prefrontal cortex is also related to the regulation of the stress system. And so when it's inhibited, we get anxious more easily, and that anxiety continues more easily. You may lose your humor, right? You may be a little bit oversensitive and overwrought. All of that is understandable. But what I wanted you to know is that it's also extremely human. In a strange way, it's the way God created us. And what these alarm systems are telling us, what this sense of annoyance or irritability or difficulty concentrating is telling us, really is that we need to take care of ourselves. That we need time to choose, because you won't feel like doing it, right? But we need time to choose to exercise, to take time out, to not respond to the email because maybe we're reading it wrong with our emotional reactivity, and maybe we need to step back, take some breaks. Maybe we need to take some breaks from our families. To walk and to exercise and to move our bodies is really important because they're being flooded with the kind of chemicals that get us up. We need to get those out. Taking care of ourselves in terms of all the kinds of ways that we can be actively coping as opposed to passively coping. So what I mean by that is when you passively cope, you might drink more, Be on the internet more, and do behaviors on the internet, so like compulsive shopping, compulsive eating, compulsive behaviors in general, or escape behaviors. Or you might just check out of your relationships. You might isolate, not call someone, not reach out. So it's about making choices for our well-being that sometimes don't feel so natural when we're full of stress. Especially if you're feeling isolated, reach out to others. It can feel very unnatural because really you just want to pull in. But if you take yourself out and do active things like reaching out to others, going for a walk, doing tasks that take up sort of a minimal, low level of absorption. I keep on telling my friend to organize her sock drawer right now because still it's at a minimal level of absorption, but not requiring new or complex information. Any kind of small thing that you can do to mark time. And try also to stay in the day, right? We cannot know what tomorrow brings. Actually, we never can. It really is in God's hands, unfortunately, sometimes, right? We wish it was in ours. But to be able to stay in the day as much as possible so the anxiety doesn't spin. We don't want to feed the spin. So grounding activities, active coping, trying to remain in the present. Return to prayer, even though it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to reach out to God in times like these and to reach out to others. But these are the kinds of things that we need to help our bodies relax and to help engage what's called our parasympathetic nervous system, which is the rest and restoration part of the stress process, the reversal of the anxiety. So I hope that was a little bit helpful to you. I know it doesn't solve this crisis or the many reasons why we are stressed, but take care of yourself in this time. And I hope to talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.